Hello, my name's Amanda. I work here at Lollipop Cake Supplies, and today we're going to go through how to make a little cartoon styled cake. So today I'm going to actually be doing a unicorn style, and we're going to add little accents to it to make it look more cartoony. I'm going to start with the eyes first because they're essentially the lowest layer. I'm going to layer things on top of them. So I'm just going to have lots of little packages of pre-colored fondant. So I'm just going to roll this out and just cut little circle eyes out of it. So it is nice and soft and sticky and ready to go. So I do have just a little bit of corn flour in my little dabber dust. Put a little bit of that on the bench. Roll it out. We're going to go nice and thin. Don't need it to be thick or heavy or anything. It's just a very light layer. And actually, while I have the white fondant rolled out, I'm going to cut out the ears as well, just to have them ready to go. For my ears, so for the ears, I've got the little circle. I'm just going to put my finger in and pinch it, and pinch that bottom. So it gets a nice little ear shape to it, and I do like to kind of point the top as well. So it comes out a little bit more E shape. So I'm going to do 2 of those and just put them to the side so they can also just dry a little bit, so they'll stand up a little bit better. So I have my 2 little black dots here just for my eyes. So I'm just going to place them on there. And I'm just going to use a little bit of piping gel just to secure them. So just a little bit of piping gel just to stick those down. Try to get them fairly even. And then I'm just going to do 2 little dots of little white balls on there as well. A little bit more piping gel. Like the smallest little ball of fondant. And there we have our little eyes. All right, so to secure these to the cake, again, I'm just going to use a bit more piping gel. Probably want to be about here, I reckon. Now to do all the outlining to make it look like a real cartoon, I'm going to have little thin black lines accenting different spots around the cake. And to achieve that, the easiest way is using an extruder. So I've got my little extruder here today, and I've got one of the nozzles, so it has lots and lots of little holes in this one, so I'll be able to get lots of strands in one time, so it's minimal effort. And I've just got my black fondant, I've made it into a little sausage. So it just goes into the extruder, nice and easy. It's all there. And then I've got my tip and my securing ring. So it's all set, and so now we just twist it until it starts to come out. So this is the easiest way. Far easier than rolling everything out individually by hand. All right, so I'm going to frame these little eyes. So just using piping gel as my edible glue for all of this. So I'm just going to put the piping gel all the way around his eyes so we really get that nice little outline. I have my little craft knife as well, just cuts it nice and easy. Grab a strand. I'm going to start where his eyelashes will start, so that way the join is together. And with the comic sort of style, it's kind of like a sketch style, so it's not always a completely unbroken line. There's often lots of little breaks, little marks throughout. So I'm going to actually cut this probably just past the halfway mark. Just secure that down. And then just going to cut a few little short strips. varying length as well. So I'm doing some short ones, some longer ones. Alright, I'm going to do the same to the other eye as well. Alright, so that's his eyes done. So I'm just going to put 2 or 3 little eyelashes either side. Cool, so that is his little eyes all sorted. So next thing I'm going to do is his little ears, because I want to put them on first and then shape the mane around the ears. Alright, so I've just glued his ears on in place, just with a bit more piping gel. And I think we might do his little mouth, and then I'm going to move on to the mane. So also, just a side note, when you do extrude your fondant out to be really, really thin little sausages, I do recommend covering it like with a bit of Glad wrap or something, just so it doesn't dry out really quickly, because then it really will start breaking apart as you're trying to frame your cake. So I've just got mine covered in a bit of Glad wrap just to help with that. Sweet, so now we're going to shape the mane. So I have lots of all my little pre-colors here. I'm just going to grab a little bit of each one, make like a nice little sausage, and just start placing them around. I'm just going to place them on the cake to start with, and just kind of move them around, kind of work out where I want to be. Now that we've done that, I will put on the horn, which is the last piece to building my unicorn, and then we will start cartoonifying. I have pre-made my horn ready to go and painted it gold, and just put it onto just a skewer. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm just using scissors and help push it down. That way, unicorn. So the finishing touches are just to put our little black lines everywhere. So I'm going to do lots in the hair. I'm going to actually do some thicker lines for the border. So we want some kind of thick, solid lines around the outer edge, because that's kind of the solid part of any sort of drawing, and then all the lines kind of in the actual picture are often sketched, broken, all that sort of thing. But I'm going to just use my extruder again, and I'm going to just use a different tip to make a slightly thicker tubing to just go around, just line the outside. I'm going to do the horn as well, as it's literally just going to be up the side here. So I'm not going around the entire cake, it's just so you see it as a 2D. I'm going to add in just a little accents throughout the mane with our thinner sausages that we've made, just little bits here and there. And there we have it. So you can see all the little details. I found the best way to do this is actually get down and just look directly at the cake, so that way you are at the right eye level, so you get all your angles right. But that is a little cartoon cake. If you don't have time for this, if this is just, you do not want to play with fondant, the weather is what it is in Brisbane at the moment, there is an alternative that we have. We have edible images ready to go that we can print out for you, and you can just wrap around your cake. We have a couple of different colors. We got pink, oh, we got the blue. But this is so much easier than what I just did, and the look is so good. So another option as well. Few different ideas for how to do your comet cakes. Have fun with it. It is all about just making something silly and having a good time. So however you want to go about it, cartoon everything in your life. It is awesome fun. Have a great time and we'll see you next time.